Hello, Renee Flamand here. You guys, it's been a bit since I filmed. It's been crazy around here, so I had to bank a few ahead. And so here I am, and today's topic of not allowing the narcissist to break you is one over which I'm also impassioned, and we'll get there in a second, but I realized in doing this outline, when this posts, it will be the 500th video, not in this series I've created for this topic, but in my channel. I'm fascinated by that. Fascinated. And let me tell you why. You know I'm going to tell you why. Let me just take a second. My friend, I remember my friend, and when I say 500, I mean okay, so just underneath, it says Renee Flamand. Just under the word Flamand, it tells you how many videos are up. And when this airs, that changes to 500 if I did the numbers right. And I'm just here to say, when my friend made this channel for me back in 2013, she did it for me as an outlet for my energy. Okay? Same thing for the blog. She had set that up for me. So I had a way to expunge. Because I was always writing something. I was always doing something. And she did this for me. But I realized that in 8 years, from June of 13 until I started this channel last January of 2021, I had only posted 14 videos. Right? And they're mostly singing, dancing, silliness, But because that's all I do around here. And you'll see a few where my friend Kimmy, she's always filming me. We've been friends since we were 16, college roommate. And she's funny, and so you'll see some with her. But I never really got into the social media entertainment. I'm going to make this blow up and have it be a thing, ticking and talking. And it's never done that. And my friends are very encouraging. You should do this, you should do that. But it wasn't until I came upon this topic, not today's topic, the topic of narcissism. Telling you what, the education, the empowerment, that's what made it where I could not shut up. And now, this video, today's, is 484 in this series that I began last January 1st. I've been talking about this for 484 videos. That's unreal. And I thank you so much for watching, commenting, sharing with others. I know I've insisted on a slow organic growth, and I've had so many of you tell me, this should be bigger, do this, try this, and I have dabbled in different things. But I still haven't connected this channel to my Facebook or my Instagram, which is public. You can see me on Instagram. That's a public account. Twitter, I think that's public too. My family and friends still do not know. 5 people know. Not even my brother and cousin who are in the video I posted in the community tab. They don't even know. People I see all that don't know. I just really want to reach those that need this. I don't know why. I just would rather go through the sharing process. And I want people who have gone through it. And I've explained that to you before. That's what I would like right now. And when I'm ready, I will share it. And sharing is the best way to gain traction. So I truly thank you to those that do so and share or retweet or re-insta or however you do. Because again, I'm not doing that. I try to go on YouTube and maybe post a video if I see someone might need a help. I've done that. I've tried to do that. But I love this community that we've built. I love it. And we can't but help blow up one day because, and of course that's the goal, because then everyone will know. And no one will be susceptible. The narcissist will have no more victims. And it'll happen. I'm patient. We are creating a world of information here ready for the taking when people find us. Interwoven throughout are your comments and stories and lessons and tales of experiences. We're all helping each other. I love it so much. My God, Renee, get to the topic. Not to let the narcissist break you is what made me think of what I just told you. I saw that it was the 500th video, And then I started to think about times that I could have broken, which I'm going to tell you about one of the times, because this is my daily planner. No, this one. This is 2020, and this is going to run on June 27th, okay? I did the math. And this is June 27th. If you notice, there's pen, there's pink, there's, oh yeah, something is circled. I'll tell you exactly what happened on the 27th. So I thought 2 years later, here I sit, and I have created a world where we are all supporting each other, and I feel lighter than air and healed beyond. And I so want to reach through the video, and just those of you that are going through it right now, which we have some new people that have been joining us all the time, there is, but especially like going through it right now, and they've commented and such, and I feel where you are. And there's so much involved in the sentence that I think I'm going with, that will be the title of this video, which is, don't ever let the narcissist break you. Please don't. And we're going to unpack it, because I know some of your stories, and it feels impossible at times to just not feel like you are done, spent, flattened, broken. I felt broken, but he didn't break me. I felt broken. I felt broken, but he did not break me. I'm here. You will too be here. I know you're in the thick of it, and I feel so bad for those people. Don't let him or her break you. My pronoun is he. You do your own, right? So I'd like to spend this time discussing how far we've all come. Think back to your lowest point. For me, okay, this was pretty low, which I'll tell you in a second. This was pretty low. But singing Gladys Knight in the kitchen, remember I told you about that? New people. What happened was, this was last February, so a month after I started this channel. And he was coming around my house about once a month at that time. And this was one of the times I let him in. We talked. I fell for what he said. I didn't say I love you too or get back together with him, but he had my wheels turning. Oh yeah, I'm going to call you. I'm going to go. I'm going to do it. We're going to do that. Okay. By the time he left my house, I was singing Gladys Knight, neither one of us in the kitchen at the top of my lungs crying. So it was very short-lived little euphoria. And the reason I was crying, and the reason it was one of my lowest points, is I knew better. I knew it. I had already known it. I learned it the previous September. So, you wonder the back and forth and the back and forth. Yes. And that was pretty low, because I knew better. I knew better. But it didn't break me. Because here's the thing. When you get a moment where you feel like, I should have known better, and that can almost break you. It can almost break your brain that you allowed him back in. That's how I felt that evening. And that's why I was just in the kitchen getting yogurt. And I just started crying to the song that came on. Yeah. It just hit me just like that. Like, what were you thinking? And what you have to do is, God, you really have to dig deep. It's not even that I was the most broken at that moment. I just let him in a millisecond long enough to inflict more harm. And that killed me. So there I was. And I think of that now, and I marvel at how, this is my point in that very long sentence, at how he could never, ever, ever get me there again. Ever. And that's something that new people can't think of either. You think that you are just destined to always be affected greatly by this person. You're destined to always be at risk of being hurt by this person. That's because they're in front of you right now and they keep inflicting harm. Once they're out of your sight and out of your life and you move on, I think of that and I laugh kind of at myself. That I can see the kitchen from here. That I was seeing, and I felt broken. but I wasn't. And you're not either. And that's my point. I don't want you to think that you can't get back up. I don't want you to think that you can't get back up. I even did the whole dramatic sunk down with my back against the dishwasher, like, ah, and I let my knees, oh, yeah. Singing top of my lungs. Neither one of them. Oh, my God, Renee. Yeah. And that's a month into starting this channel. But I felt so... I let him in another second, right? And it was devastating that I didn't keep my guard up and maintain my wall. And if you're starting to build one, you may want to think twice before you break whatever boundary you're trying to establish right now, because I'm telling you something, that's the part that stings. And if you keep doing that, I think that could break you. So eventually you got to take the reins. Even if you can't leave them, this isn't about leaving or not. Some people are just stuck. No judgment from anybody is allowed on this channel. We know that. Businesses, children, grandchildren. Somebody's not going to leave somebody because they learn about narcissism now and they're 70 and they look at their 70-year-old spouse. The channels all say, you got to leave them, you got to leave them. Not everyone can leave, but you can learn to try to keep a little piece of yourself alive in there so that they don't break you. You follow what I'm saying? He has no power here. I guess that's what I'm saying. And I want you to bask in that same realization if you have indeed established yourself to where they don't have power over you. If you can get yourself there and you can, that's a far way that you've come. And if you're not there yet, you will be. We'll get you there. Like I said, this audience is full of commentary. I read it, and you guys are all helping each other. I love when I see the shares that someone else responds to, and then to think if someone is sharing the video, then those comments go with it. Other people could read them and learn and maybe prevent themselves from going through what many of you warriors hung in there for decades. Decades. And I remained around him for almost another year after that incident of Gladys Knight in the kitchen. If you can imagine. Oh, no. Yeah. No. By July, August, no more. Yeah. Right. Yeah. But to humble myself and show what I tolerated 2 years ago exactly today, I'm going to show you. Because honestly, we all go through things that are unbelievable. And I've read a lot of your stories, and I don't really talk about the details of mine in here because it's really about the lesson, not what I have gone through. But I'm telling you right now, I allowed someone to do to me something that now I am shocked I allowed, and I know will never happen again. But I allowed it, and I'll never forget how it all happened. This is the planner. So on June 27th of 2020, 6 months before I started this channel, this was a weekend that the cat told me he was going away on business in one section of Florida. He ended up in another section of Florida, Boca, with someone. And I have written here, Boca, pull out, and guess. It was not until the following week that I found pictures on his phone in the deleted section from that exact visit of the 27th. Devastating day. Devastating day. It's the next week. Devastating. Devastating. I was at the pool, we're hanging out, had the big long talk. Gonna work out things. I find you weren't where you said? Oh my God. And he was calling me the whole weekend saying he was in a hotel. Oh my God, right? We all have this story. We all have it. But that was 2 years ago. This year, 2021, this is last year's planner. There's no mention of him on June 27th. And this year of there's no mention of him on June 27th. Whatever your disaster thing is that you think could break you, just remember, there's another year coming and another year coming. And you might say, well, I need relief now. What do you mean a year? I got to wait. No. I felt better long before the following year. I just happen to be using that date because it's today's date. And I find that funny that happens to be one of my disaster dates. But guess what? It doesn't mean anything to me now. It didn't even hit me. You know what I'm saying? He didn't break me. He's not even in here anymore. The education is. Of course, the details of what happened are, because they're factual and they're objective, but there's nothing. He has no power here. And I just feel, I recall that sick feeling in my gut so vividly, where you are just crushed, blown away, flattened. And what did I do? I continued to see him throughout that summer. I did. 2020 summer, I did. A lot of discards by me. No, we're back together language. No, I love you. But he was trying to, and saying that, and being all around here, and trying to come over, and all that. And I'm fascinated that after I found that, I didn't just say goodbye. Nice to know you. I'm floored. Aren't you? You've gotten to know me. Can you imagine if I had a boyfriend now and they did that? Oh! Right? I would say, wow, that speaks poorly of your character. That's gross. Have a nice life. Ooh. But I'd like to think I wouldn't get heartbroken, because I'd like to think I'm not going to get close to anybody too quickly. I'm really going to make sure I know someone's character in the fiber of their being. So I'm going to pick someone who's like my brother, that kind of character, my grandpa, you know what I mean? Like who I know, my ex-husband's stellar character, who you know they're not going to betray you in that way. Well, you can never know, you can never trust. No, you're right. Not until you get to know somebody. When you get to know somebody, when you get to know them, I go too fast. I go too fast. You know? I know somebody who is in love. They're perfectly matched. And she said to me, but they've been about a year. She said, I knew I could trust him on the second date. I said, that's beautiful, and I'm happy for you. I said, but you know you got lucky, right? Because she can. He is stellar. And I said, but he could have been a narcissist, or he could have been this, or he could have been that. Like, you got lucky. Like, when I say get to know someone, I'm talking months and months. I want to listen to them, watch them in life, get to know their people, how they live, where they live, their family, their relationship with their mother. I want to know them. And I don't ever want to get that sick feeling again. And I know some of you are getting it, but I thought I was going to stop breathing. And I remember it, oh my God, like right now. Wow. I was so far into it, though, that I could not see that the solution was his character is bad. You need to go, Renee. But he didn't break me. I'm still standing, and I flourished as a result of the experience. Not only survived, I blossomed. I learned all of this. I met all of you. We're healing together, teaching each other, bringing new people in with a renewed spirit, and the information that I've obtained that helped me understand what had happened. I definitely grew from it. And we've talked a lot about how it's up to you to figure out what positive thing came from your experience. Some of you it's children. Your answer is easy. Some of you it's a business. Some of you it's, but there's something. For me, it's education and empowerment. And you know, they say that if you don't learn a lesson, it'll keep coming at you. This one, I mean, this lesson's been taught to me many times before, and I just never got it. So this one I definitely got. And you know, when that moment happens, I want to just say, when that moment happens and you really think you're going to break, you have to dig deep. You got to dig deep and find reserves that you don't even know that you have. Seems impossible, sure, but is it possible? Abso-freaking-lutely. I'm still standing, and I don't feel broken at all. I don't even recall the pain. I recall the story, the lessons, but the pain, no. You know, like if somebody hurt your feelings and you're still hurting when you think about it, that means you're keeping the pain. You still have it. I got nothing. If he came here, I have nothing. I have no interest. I don't have animosity. I don't have anything. I don't have anger. I got nothing. Like, don't come in. I'm not interested in you at all. I need to use your phone. My car stalled. Nope. I wouldn't even open the door, though. Like, I'm uninterested completely in him as a human being. And you can get there, too. Do not let them break you. Do not let them break you. I don't care what you're going through. And reach out. We will help you. And here's the 500 videos.